Right, oop, and they dropped the camera there. Oh no, don't go that way. That's it. Right, so, what are we? Middle of May, still freezing cold, but the weeds are growing now. So what I'm going to do today is put the, over there, hedge cutter on to the, whoops, big Zetor. Do some hedge cutting. What have we done recently? Whoops, I'm back again. Did an oil change. Did an oil change a few weeks ago on this. Nothing too special. There isn't actually oil dripping out of it. I was worse than it was part before. Also did the oil filter. For those who don't know, Zetors have a centrifugal oil filter on them. So there's no actual element there you change. Basically this thing here spins round very, very fast inside and forces the oil and dirt particles to stick to the lining of it. So it's quite handy. You don't, when you come to need to clean it, you don't have to replace anything. And just pop this bolt out. This top cover comes off. The actual thing itself then just lifts off and drain it, let it drain down. And it all comes apart. So one of these days I'll do a video just showing how it actually comes apart. What is handy about it is you don't actually need to drain the oil to do it. So you can do it now. You know, I had an oil change a couple of weeks ago, but you could change that filter and clean the filter out now, and it won't, you know, affect anything. So it's quite good. So what we need to do, I also did clean the fuel filters out on it last week as well. Just check the oil on it. It will show up, just spot on. I always like to give this one a bit of pump of fuel. It tends to drain back on this one for some reason. What I am going to do before I start this up is I'm going to grease the flail up. Do all the grease points on that. There's quite a lot of them. Hopefully the grease guns are all filled up with oil. So it's not grease, because it might be a right pain to do that. But yeah, what I'll do, I'll pan back up. Yeah, set the camera up somewhere. Just video that. I'm sure you all know how to grease things up though. What you just clean the grease fittings off, pop some grease in until it splurges out, and off you go then. Main one to do obviously on this is that bottom one there. Which one is doing all the work, I suppose. Right. So another job. What I'll do is now fill both grease guns back up. They're both nearly empty, but there's nothing there to get it all greased up. What have I got to do? I'll get the balls off the topper and put onto this one. Now for the quick release coupling, so I'll do that now. No. Can't really seal up, can you? Because that PTO shaft. But, so yeah, so I get the ball out. So there's 2 balls. Shite, nearly fell over. Now to make it easier to hitch them couplings up, we've got to measure distance between the pins, or the centre of the balls I should say, which is 34.5 inches. So what I ought to do really, one of these days, is write on with a Tipex pen or something on each implement, just down the middle there, 34 inches on that one, or 34.5 inches. So I've got them all measured, like this one to the 28 inches or whatever it is. And what you do then, if I set you over here, first thing you need to do, when I'm on top of the hedge cutter, is change the position of this pin. So at the minute this is floating. So obviously you don't want with a hedge cutter because it would be rocking backs and forwards all the time. Put that into a fixed position. Set this at about 34.5 inches. Good, just do that right. Just check this distance. 2. Not quite, but when I get it hooked up, I'll get them straight up. Right, so I'll open the doors, get this started up, and then get it hooked up. Okay, so I've rigged. Well, not really shot. So I've rigged the camera up over here, so you should be able to see me start that up. You should just be able to see me hook this up. But rather than have the camera with me and, you know, be playing about with that, really ought to get a tripod, I suppose. So yeah, get that started up, get it hooked up, and once I've actually got it hooked onto the 3-point link, I'll just show you how we actually, you know, hook the hoses up. if you can hear me for a start. It's chucking it down with rain at the minute. Whether you've been able to see a lot then, I don't know. Had a little fight there. Forgot what vehicle I was driving, and the clutch pipe's a bit different to the vehicle I've just been driving this morning. Right. So, bottom ones are about hooked in now. What's the case of doing now? What I should have done was turned off the hydraulics altogether. That's it. So what we've got to do now, we've got to hook the top link on, PTO shaft. What I'm going to do is do it out of order. I'm going to do the PTO shaft first, just because it's easier. If I put the camera over the back there on that wall, you might be able to see what I'm doing then. Right. You can't see me, you've got to hear me. So I'll hook the PTO shaft up first. Different colour cable ties around them. You see? These same colour sparked up the ones. The same colour cable ties up on the hydraulic hose connector on the back here. In this case, just checking back clean. Those switching on them. So, control block threads through that little window at the back here. This piece of metal, I welded some bolts onto it, which are bolted down from underneath, under the wheel arch. What it does then, you've got these bolts in with the wing nuts in, they just bolt it in, so I'll do that now. You can see, can you? There we go. Right, so I'll get a new pair of gloves. So that all connected up. Got these, haven't we? Effectively now it is actually hitched up, though it's not yet set up properly. So what I'm going to do now, shut the back window. I always frightened. Of it sort of coming up and hitting the back window. It shouldn't do, but if it's set up very wrong it could do. What I do now is turn the hydraulics on. Crunch as I go for the PTO. There we go. So, hydraulics are on. Nice and gently. What I'm going to do now is lift it up. Right. Shut that window. That's it. I'm going to lift it up. All the pins should now lock in fully. Right. That's it. That pin's in, that pin's in. Right. Now, so the hydraulics for the boom powered from the outer circuit, so you turn them on here. Hear the engine drop as they come on. And it's doing a case of lifting it up nice and gently. Holding that up. Right, what I'm going to do now is get it out of here and the hydraulics back off. What I'm going to do is set the machine up properly outside, so I'll turn the camera off. I want to get out of here, looking what I'm doing, and then I'll show you just how I set it up. Right, so set it up. First thing I'm going to do is make sure the machine's actually upright, because if it's tilting forward like that, what it does, it means that you're scalping all the time with the deck, well the head I should say. See how it works, obviously there's better. If it's tilting forward like this, it means this is too low then. As it is, it's not too bad, it could just go back a touch. Just line that back a touch, right. That's better. I'm going to put this locking collar because it shouldn't be able to move that PTO, that topping. There'll be nothing worse than it winding its way off and obviously running out of threads. The machine falling off. Very low. Back it against it. I always like to have this facing down. It's not going to get caught on anything, and if the PTO shaft did come up, at least it would push it up then. Just check these sway bars. From memory, this one was a little bit too short, so that one should be let out. I think there was an inch of difference, wasn't there? The most frightening bit for the first time you've had it on after the winter. That's it. Is to check that hydraulics work on the flail. So yeah, should just be able to see. PTO shaft in. That's it. Right, ready. There's, I don't know if you can see there, but there's the head spinning round. So you don't want to be anywhere near that while it's working. Just checking. All the lines don't seem to be any leaks, doesn't sound different. Right. That very frightening thing. up.